What's up, y'all? Exodus 1, aka Indigo Sky, aka y'all know who it is. Trigger ranking. Hold on, man. Hold on, fam. I gotta cut this speak on. What's up, everybody? We back and like that, we back. We about to do some more reactions. About to get nuclear react. Um, I gotta put my soundboard back on. All right, yeah. What's up with y'all, man? Appreciate everybody for coming in. Y'all been coming in at an expeditiously high rate, and I appreciate that. Thank you guys. Um, it is what it is. Wherever y'all coming in from, let me know where y'all coming in from. City, state, Providence. That's about it, man. We about to react. We gotta find something to react to. Give me a second. We gotta find something. I'll probably do about two more, and then later on tonight, I'm going to bed. Y'all, I gotta work tomorrow. Um, I don't know. We had one with earlier today, but let me see what I got on the regular. I got all this Charlie Kirk stuff. That's 6 days ago. Hold on, y'all. Keep going. I want to do Poetic Flacco Kid. No, this Peaks 100. I know that Poetic Flacco ain't got no kid. I don't think he got one. Let me see what the hell this is, though.
What's up, pretty girl?
I don't know what they got going on. I'm gonna send it to my what's it called. We're gonna check this one out. I hope we can check this one out. This is fair use. I'm gonna say this fair use because this is like a big company. Um, Good Morning America. The longest government shutdowns in U.S. history.
The current government shutdown has now become the longest in U.S. history. Since 1977, there have been 21 shutdowns. What are the 5 longest ones? Why did they happen? And how did they finally come to an end? Let's break it down. All right, let's start with number 5. It lasted 16 days during the Obama administration in 2013. The dispute centered around the Affordable Care Act. Congress failed to agree on a budget after Republican lawmakers pushed to defend Obamacare. Senate Democrats and the Obama administration rejected those proposals, setting off a partial government shutdown in early October of that year.
Well, last night I signed legislation to reopen our government and pay America's bills. The first government shutdown in 17 years is now over.
The shutdown finally ended on October 16th when both chambers of Congress voted to fund the government through January 15th and extend the debt limit.
There are no winners here.
No winners indeed. The 16-day shutdown cost, by one estimate, $24 billion and hurt U.S. credibility around the world.
Minor changes were made to the Affordable Care Act, like requiring income verification for those receiving health care subsidies. President Obama signed the bill shortly after midnight on October 17th, ending the shutdown. Moving on to number 4, the 4th longest shutdown lasted 17 days during the Carter administration in 1978. It was one of 5 shutdowns that happened.
So Donald Trump had the longest shutdown in history. I guess 36 days. 36 days now.
Under President Jimmy Carter. This one started with several disagreements, including funding for abortion and a defense spending bill to build a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. That's something President Carter called wasteful spending. The government reopened after Congress passed legislation that excluded funding for the aircraft carrier and a public works project, while also maintaining a compromise on abortion funding. This takes us to number 3. The 3rd longest government shutdown lasted 21 days during President Clinton's administration in 1996.
And there is very little indication this evening that the White House and the Republicans in Congress are going to resolve their differences about how and when to balance the federal budget.
At the time, Republicans had just taken control of the House for the first time in decades. Clinton and Republicans clashed over how to balance the nation's budget, and the president vetoing a Republican budget proposal to give control of Medicaid to the states.
We can balance the budget without doing what they seek to do.
The shutdown ended when Republicans agreed to a proposal made by Clinton.
Republicans agreed to bring all federal workers back and pay them until January 26th, but there will be no money for workers to spend on programs House Republicans regard as unessential, such as foreign aid, the Peace Corps, and environmental protection.
Moving on to the 2nd longest government shutdown in U.S. history, it happened in 2019 during President Trump's first term. At the time, the Senate failed to pass a funding bill that included a $5.7 billion request from President Trump to help build a wall on the southern border.
Even if it has no wall on it, or does it have to?
So,
I only look. I have other alternatives.
Under Trump's reign, we'll just say reign. He got 2 shutdowns. He got the longest one ever, and we're gonna hear about this one.
Moving on to the 2nd longest government shutdown in U.S. history, it happened in 2019 during President Trump's first term. At the time, the Senate failed to pass a funding bill that included a $5.7 billion request from President Trump to help build a wall on the southern border.
Even if it has no wall on it, or does it have to? I only look. I have other alternatives if I have to, and I'll use those alternatives if I have to. And we want to go through the system. We have to have a wall in this country.
The shutdown cost the U.S. economy an estimated $3 billion. It finally ended when Trump signed legislation to reopen and fund the government.
A short-term deal, no money for a wall. Back pay for federal workers who missed paychecks, but not for thousands of federal contractors who aren't covered by laws governing shutdowns. And a bipartisan congressional conference will try to hammer out a deal on border security.
That 2019 stalemate held the record for the longest shutdown in American history until now. The current shutdown has officially surpassed the 35-day mark.
The president trying to ramp up the pressure, threatening mass layoffs and cuts to programs.
We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible.
It began after both parties failed to pass competing spending measures. A Democratic-backed bill that would have extended the Affordable Care Act subsidies and reversed cuts to Medicaid, and a Republican stopgap bill that would have kept the government running for 7 more weeks. Democrats are pushing to extend expiring tax credits that have helped millions of Americans afford health insurance. Republicans, meanwhile, insist they will not negotiate on those provisions.
To be honest with you, seven more weeks ain't gonna do shit. If it was just if he didn't do it and it was only gonna be open for 7 more weeks, I like this is because I'm just hearing this. I'm thinking, shit, they gonna shut it down at the beginning of the year again anyway, then because they're not able to come to agreements on certain things. So I don't know, y'all. Like,
until the government is reopened, accusing Democrats of holding the government hostage to have those healthcare negotiations. Across the country, hundreds of thousands of federal employees remain without pay. SNAP benefits and air travel operations are facing growing disruptions. Vote after vote has failed to break the impasse on the Senate floor, and both sides are not close to a deal. How long will this stalemate last? Only time will tell.
it's crazy. You can probably do EOS, see what he's talking about. EOS. Y'all go check out End of Sentence. I want to hear what you talking about. I want to hear the story you talking about. Like, what are you talking about? Because I heard about a rapper got killed in Florida. I don't know.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. For this video, we're going to be speaking on Wavy Navy Pooh, the Miami rapper that was apparently switched down after he left the Miami Zoo with his kids in the back seat. Now, they survived. He tragically didn't, and 3 people just got arrested. So we're gonna go ahead and react to the video of these arrests being made, and we're gonna hear what they have to say. Let's get into it.
Well, we're breaking the case after the murder of a South Florida rapper. 3 suspects have been arrested after a man was gunned down in front of his children. This happened back in 2022. So I want to send it outside. So local friend Isabella Martin, she was live outside the jail.
I don't respect anybody that does that in front of somebody's kids, bro. You're already taking a parent from them, but to be scarring those kids with being in a situation like that, you know how traumatic it would be for your kid to watch you fight? Like a little kid, like 6 and under, to watch you fight, never mind get gunned down. But let's continue.
In West Miami-Dade with all the details. Isabella, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon, Caroline. Well, all 3 suspects that were arrested this week are now behind bars here at TTK. The detectives say after years of searching, they now believe they have the men responsible.
Miami-Dade detectives say they've made 3 arrests in the 2022 murder.
All of them look dirty as hell. I don't know what Buddy is on the left side, but he got North Miami stamped across his throat. Buddy in the middle look all type of fucked up, and the Buddy on the right look homeless. Damn, I don't know if they just got them out of bed or what, but that shit there, they look crazy.
Murder of local rapper Wavy Navy Pooh, 24-year-old Raymond Araloose, 22-year-old Jakari Hardaway, and 24.
I think I did a short on this video. If I'm not mistaken, I think I did a short on it because I do so many videos. It's hard for me to remember what all my decalogue or whatever I've actually done. But I think I did do a video about this. If I didn't do a video, I actually do remember the story.
Year-old Jeremiah and Longsworth are now in jail. Airloose and Hardaway were arrested Wednesday, and Longsworth was booked early Thursday morning. All three face second-degree murder and attempted felony murder charges. Longsworth also faces conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Detectives say the shooting happened on January 14, 2022, near Southwest 152nd Street and 127th Avenue. The rapper, whose real name was Chandler Bobin, was in a Toyota Camry with his girlfriend and 2 children when a gray Lexus pulled up and someone opened fire. Investigators say they found more than 80 shell casings at the scene. Police say the family had just...
This is what I want to say to all rappers. If you beefing with somebody, bro, the least you could do is get you a bulletproof car. Don't be riding around in no Camry, dog. Don't ride around in no Camry, bro. Not with your kids, not by yourself. Don't ride around in no Camry unless that bitch is bulletproof. All the glass bulletproof and the doors, the hood, all that bulletproof. So rappers, this is a word from an old man, and I'm wise now, and I'm gonna let you know. Stop driving around in cars that's not bulletproof.
Damn, 80? His girls in the car, his 2 kids in the car, they shoot 80 fucking times. And somehow...
And they only wanted to do him. But they said the kids survived. Let's see what 10 out of J said.
Only hit him.
80 shots towards him.
I don't know if that's a good job or a bad job. You would think 80 shots would have hit everything in the car, but they literally only hit him. But 80 fucking shots? Like, how many of them actually hit? Like, this was crazy. When this first broke, this was crazy news to hear that this happened like this. I ain't gonna lie.
Just left Zoo Miami celebrating a child's birthday. And according to the arrest report, cell phone records, GPS data, surveillance video, and license plate readers show the suspect's Lexus followed the family before the shooting. The Lexus was found abandoned at an apartment complex in Sunrise.
A motive has not been released, and again, all 3 suspects are being held without bond right here at TGK. Reporting live.
And that's crazy, bro. Like, I don't want to do too much of this video because I ain't really did this shit before, but I'm still trying to find out, man. Like, I don't know why this phone is going like 3 weeks back, bro. Like, what? Like, I'm trying to figure out what happened today. Then they got a bunch of Charlie. Let's see. This TYP Cam reacts.
He ain't gonna keep me on camera and play like I'm wrong for speaking.
Wait, Charleston, are you?
Oh, maybe my God. I'm sorry.
Wait, Charleston, what do you cannot doubt what he's done is.
I can.
But what
sure I can.
TYP Cam.
What he's done business-wise.
What has he done business-wise? No. He's not making. Baby is making. So you're talking business-wise. They gave him away for free. Didn't you see Baby came from Cash Money say I got blood for free? They give me youngin for free. The label didn't even believe in him, homie, because he was such a up at the time and had been blackballed because Quando Rondo and Lil Tim killed King Von. Y'all was screaming his name then when Dirk was out. So now Dirk locked up. Now he's out. No. They gave that kid away for free. He was trash. They gave him the Birdman. Birdman just know what to do with the look. Birdman is making money off of him like he made money off of Lil Wayne and the rest of them. So don't talk to me like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Who is this guy?
Okay, stay over there. Stay out there. I speak fact. That's why Listen, I knew this video dropped that Monday. This video dropped Monday morning. The concert ain't nothing to 10 at night. Do you think
this nigga concert starts at 10?
Most nigga would have been scared.
Oh, them was little homie.
Yeah,
He cut his hair off.
No,
I didn't even know who the dude was at first. TYP Cal. I'm like, oh damn. This little dude used to have long hair. Now he cut his hair. I remember when he cut his hair, but bro look like Colin Kaepernick or somebody.
By myself, nigga. Knowing everything I said was facts. I'm willing to die in jail for the shit that come out my mouth.
Let me ask you this.
And I travel around this country with no security, nigga. I'm a little old bitty nigga. I done dissed every rapper, every guy.
Y'all check out TYP Cal. I've been following dude for years. I really forgot about Lil Buddy. I forgot about Lil Buddy. Damn. That's crazy.
I know you do.
And by the way, he got a little older.
He went to Chicago?
But
and I ain't got no security, nigga.
I know you don't, but you gotta just.
I ain't gotta do nothing.
Wait, hold on.
I'm richer than I've ever been. I'm rich like these rappers from disrespecting the rappers. So why?
That's fine. But for the record, I'm not in the game.
Shut your stare ass up. I ain't in no gang, nigga. I'm a community.
No, I'm not in the game.
I'm not in the gang. Never been in the gang. I don't have any felony conviction. I was a single father. I'm a youth activist, a youth community activist, nigga that work in the community, and I'm a politician. So what? I ain't gotta be on the nigga side.
No, I'm just saying. You're
scared. You want to go to the concert? Fuck YB.
No, I'm friends with them.
I ain't friends with nobody that I think is wrong.
Okay, so let me ask you
I'm
this.
friends with what's right. So I tell my friends when they're wrong. I don't let my friend be wrong and I not say that.
You said earlier that you're not a fan of him, but he's a fan of you.
Yeah.
So if he reached out to you and said, "Yo, we got,"
he did reach out to me, nigga. What I'm trying to tell you, he did reach out to me.
And what he said?
How do you think I ended up at the concert? I went to the concert because he reached out.
Why did he reach out to you? No, I heard everything you said. I'm just making sure.
I done said it many times. DJ Academics and YB and his team reached out directly to me. I ain't going no motherfucking YB concert.
You don't think there's any scenario where you guys could align and maybe help out together and benefit?
Help out what?
Like the youth or help?
I've been doing it.
So
they actually could help out the youth. If Young Boy was to link up with Charleston White, that would be a crazy mashup.
This is what Charleston did. So he invited you, and now you over here talking crazy. What has he done? I don't know how this even got to this point though. But
12 years before today.
I know you have.
So why do me and him need to partner to help out the
youth and benefit?
Help out what?
Like you like the youth or help?
I've been doing it 12 years before today.
I know you have.
So why do me and him need to partner to help out to do what? They're not gonna let him partner and help out. He's a controlled kid, homie. So he just got a partner by President Trump. I personally know the woman who got in the partner.
So that nigga got partnered by Trump too?
No, fuck Trump. I personally know the woman who got with Trump. Give a fuck about Trump. Fuck Trump. I done been selected to fuck with Trump. But I know the woman who Trump selected to get niggas out of jail. So I'm saying why would me and him partner together when his goal is not to help black people? His goal is to sell records.
So if his goal is to sell records...
No.
Well, listen. If his goal is to sell records and your goal is to help the youth, why wouldn't you come together and try and do both?
When have anybody who really wanted to help the youth came together with a black rapper that really helped the youth? That's never worked. A black rapper is controlled. They're not gonna let a black rapper help the youth. That's why they got some.
That's crazy because the only really rappers right now, like out here, I ain't gonna say the only, but I'll say one of the main contributors of helping young black people will be young people. I'll say young. I ain't gonna say black. I'll say young people. Kendrick Lamar.
Somebody like him on stage for the youth to follow.
My thing is though, Charleston, you done it 12 years before today, like you said, bro. Why you can't do it no more, bro? Why you ain't doing it no more? Why did you give up? Why? Somebody in.
So I could tell y'all really why he gave up. Charleston White, I met Charleston White like 5 years ago before he blew up like on the internet. He was with the publicist for Wild 'N Out when I met him. I was at Dallas Austin studio downtown in Atlanta. One of my partners from Chicago took me up there. So boom, I meet the man, you know, Y'all don't believe me. Y'all go back on my old shorts. I got the video. It's labeled. It said right on it. Boom. So, like, Charleston White is one of them people that was out here trying to help the community. He was trying to help the community the right way in the beginning. He wasn't getting paid doing that, bro. So at the end of the day, Charleston White just say, you know what? Fuck it, bro. Like, let me just go roll. And then I could teach from the role position, but I gotta get into the algorithm before, I can really make some money. And that's actually what happened with Charleston White. Shout out to Charleston White, man.
In the comment, did he come out and say it before? Why did Charleston White give up on being a community activist? Oh, now this is a new form of doing it. I understand, but the way he going about it, I'm not a big fan of it. Just because the nigga want to wear the chains with his ego all out and about. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, dressing like a rapper. I get it's the image, bro. I get it, but why we can't see you doing what you was doing 12 years ago today, bro? Why did you stop? You know what I'm saying, though?
That's why he got a 16-hour day schedule.
And you say that about the rapper Big Control, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't never doing it. Why did you stop though? But Trump is reaching out to you to do this and that and that and this and wants you to, but you didn't go. But
TYP Cam made a good point just then. Maybe you being controlled. Or you scared of being controlled. Like, yep. TYP Cam made a good one.
You not doing
it
no more,
man.
man.
Somebody like him on stage for the youth to follow. That's why he got a 16-hour day schedule and they tell him who to donate money to. He can't decide to help black people. Once white people start giving you...
But we supposed to follow you when you dress just like the rapper. We're kind of confused. You know what I'm saying? A young nigga would be confused. Okay, you're saying this and that, but you're acting this and you're showing that though.
Yeah, it's
So
like basically TYP Cam basically saying Charleston White is a walking contradiction. I would love to get both of them on a podcast and let them talk to each other and let them explain each other themselves to each other, or just to let TYP Cam ask the questions that he would like that. And I would be a moderator.
Young nigga, man. Someone who can't think for themselves, who can't see what's really going on though. What's really going on is you said fuck all that community shit. You know what I'm saying? It's fuck black people. I just want the money. And over time, he might have turned that way. You know what I'm saying?
On stage for the youth to follow. That's why he got a 16-hour day schedule and they tell him who to donate money to. He can't decide to help black people. Once white people start giving you money like that, my nigga, you can't help black people.
Okay.
They'll cut your money off, nigga. Everybody know that.
How is he gonna help black people though? We act like one person can just change the world and they ain't even in no political position to even do so though. They supposed to just give everybody some money and now they ain't gonna have no money. That ain't gonna fix the problem neither, bro. The problem is fucking mental, bro. It's a systemic, mentally oppression, bro. Straight up.
Follow. That's why he got a 16-hour day schedule and they tell him who to donate money to. He can't decide to help black people. Once white people start giving you money like that, my nigga, you can't help black people.
Okay.
They'll cut your money off, nigga. Everybody know that.
Okay.
So don't try to sit here and act like, nigga, because you want to go to his concert. Nigga, come on, my nigga, I'm too real for that. You just...
I'm not, bro, you're...
Man, I don't want to do this shit no more. Nigga, you bullshit. You ain't gonna get me on camera and play like I'm wrong, nigga, for speaking against.
Wait, Charleston, are you?
Nigga took the box of pizza.
Wait, Charleston, what are you talking about? Sorry guys about that intermission really quick. Me and Charleston had to have a slice of pizza. We are back. Go ahead. Kate, what'd you say?
No, I'm tired of him pressing me about the NBA YoungBoy shit. Let's move on.
Alright, we're done with the
Oh, he go like so. One thing I don't like about Charleston White, this is what I will say. He walk out on the black man shit, but he go out, he walk out at like he gonna give him the same treatment as the black man, but you come back in and sit down and talk with the little white boy. Like, what's up with that?
Hey man, I know I said that like it's a mental. How is NBA YoungBoy supposed to lead the youth in a better direction or whatever? How is he supposed to save the world? It's a mental oppression that black people have. And his music,
it amplified it.
You know, and what Charles is saying is that his music does mentally oppress whenever you rapping about drugs and violence and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Which I agree. You know,
but it's crazy because when I was young, they had NWA. They were talking about selling. They were talking about gangster shit and all this other shit, bro. Like,
and that is.
And see, that's when really all this shit really came into hip hop. All this gangster shit came into hip hop with NWA. Like, they had like a meeting back in the day with all the higher ups, even people that own prisons, like that was building jails and all this other shit. They was putting together a system for people that listen to hip hop music to be steered in a certain way because it was positive in the beginning. When it went to gangster shit, that's when people started losing their lives. I guess, you know, selling drugs and, you know, all this other stuff, bro. This gang banging shit.
Where it starts, you know, that is really where it starts, bro. But even Charleston White himself don't want to listen to no. It's good music out there, man. You just gotta find it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's good music.
And it's crazy though. I done listened to a couple of NBA YoungBoy songs. I like them, but you know what I'm saying? I like all kind of music, bro. So it's like, I'm a producer. I listen to music. Like, I'm not sitting here all day listening to NBA YoungBoy, bro. That's not what's gonna happen.
Just listen to all that street music all the time. I like singing music. You know what I'm saying? I like street niggas who you know, they might have a little bar here and there about some street shit or whatever, but they singers. You know what I'm saying? They really singers though. You know what I'm saying? You can find that type of music, you know what I'm saying? They don't overly promote it, you know.
Hey, respect the TYP Cam, the young man growing up, bro. You look older than what you look like when I first.
But I do agree with that situation. That is where it goes back, you know. Like I said, his music is a part of that mental oppression. Hell, all rap music. Hell, I contribute to it as well. You know what I'm saying? I make music.
I make music also, so I understand exactly what he's saying. It's like, bro, I produce, you know what I'm saying? I rap, saying all this other shit. I mean, I do be trying to do positive shit, but I do have some things in the past that I have did that, you know, it's some gangster shit, you know? You dig?
Follow me, Spotify, Apple Music, so I contribute to it myself as well. That's the culture that we have, though. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse. One thing y'all need to understand, though, bro, this is all entertainment at the end of the day, bro. And these people, these rappers, they're celebrities, they're rich. They can't be out here crashing out like that. Otherwise, they're going to be locked up with a life sentence. You know what I'm saying? or dead in jail. That's what it comes with, you know? So that it always comes down to the individual person to not be easily influenced. But you gotta look at, man, where did this even start though, bro? You know what I'm saying? We can't be blaming niggas like NBA YoungBoy. We can't be
Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second.
Never worry about your phone running out of battery when you're out and about. The secret is this compact device. Have you noticed that wealthy people in Shanghai never carry charging cables? Many of us run out of phone battery while traveling, yet lugging heavy
Yeah, T-Rock, your boy has some good
power banks and long cables is very inconvenient. That's why they use this lipstick-sized keychain power bank.
Oh, nah, I can't play that. Yeah, hold on. Let me see if this shit go to where we was at.
You ain't gonna keep me on camera and play like I'm wrong. Cut your money off, nigga. Everybody know that.
How is he gonna help black people though? We act like one person can just change the world, and they ain't even in no political position to even do so though. They supposed to just give everybody some money, and now they ain't gonna have no money. That ain't gonna fix the problem neither, bro. The problem is fucking mental, bro. It's a systemic, mentally oppression, bro. Straight up.
Follow. That's why he got a 16-hour day schedule, and they tell him who to donate money to. He can't decide to help black people. Once white people start giving you money like that, my nigga, you can't help black people.
Okay.
They'll cut your money off, nigga. Everybody know that.
So they'll cut your
So I'm
money
trying to
off.
sit here and act
But
like
hey,
you-
nah, I
because you
ain't
wanna go
like
to a-
Charleston White telling the truth about that shit though. Like if you just, bro, if you start coming out here and just start helping black people, I'm telling you, bro, it's somebody that's gonna get in the way of that shit, bro. If you just let's say you just start going to every like you do a country tour where you go to every project, give out food, toys, books, learning devices, all this type of shit, bro. Just think if you do that now, bro, somebody gonna come in between that shit, bro.
Oh,
Cause
sure.
they gonna hit
Nigga,
on
come on, my nigga, I'm too real for
They
that.
gonna hit
You
on
just,
I'm not, bro, you're.
Man, I don't want to do this shit no more, nigga. You bullshit. You ain't gonna get me on camera and play like I'm wrong, nigga, for speaking of
Wait, Charleston, are you?
Nigga took the box of pizza.
Wait, Charleston, what are you talking? Sorry, guys.
Hey,
about that.
dude was like,
Intermission really
damn,
quick.
man.
Me and
Hey,
Charleston
dude
had to have a
crossed his
slice of
arm.
pizza.
Hey,
We were
dude
back.
crossed his arm like, damn, I wanted that goddamn pizza.
Go ahead. Okay, what'd you say?
No, I was tired of him pressing me about the NBA YoungBoy shit. Let's move on.
All right, we're done with the NBA YoungBoy shit.
Hey man, I know I said that like it's a mental. How is NBA YoungBoy supposed to lead the youth in a better direction or whatever? How is he supposed to save the world? And I said that it's a mental oppression that black people have. And his music, you know, what Charles is saying is that his music does mentally oppress whenever you rapping about drugs and violence and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Which I agree. You know, and that is where it starts. You know, that is really where it starts, bro. But even Charleston White himself don't want to listen to no. It's good music out there, man. You just gotta find it, bro. You know?
He say it's good music out there and you gotta find it. That's true, bro. Like they got artists like D1. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go check out D1. D1, one of them artists, like positive music, but it's hard as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? It's good music. I don't just listen to all.
You look at Joyner Lucas. Joyner Lucas got some good positive music, like positive hip hop.
That street music all the time. I like singing music. You know what I'm saying? I like street niggas who you know, they might have a little bar here and there about some street shit or whatever, but they singers. You know what I'm saying? They really singers though. You know what I'm saying? You can find that type of music, you know what I'm saying? They don't overly promote it, you know. But I do agree with that situation, and that is where it goes back, you know. Like
I don't know why I feel like this, but I do want to say this. I just really feel really grateful about how Kendrick Lamar handled the whole Drake thing, even though he dismantled Drake. Like, he ain't really, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, okay, I put you down, it's over with. I'm I'm going on by my business.
His music,
but they do got them tours though.
Is a part of that mental oppression. Hell, all rap music, hell, I contribute to it as well. You know what I'm saying? I make music. Follow me, Spotify, Apple Music. So I contribute to it myself as well. That's the culture that we have, though. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse. One thing y'all need to understand, though, bro, this is all entertainment at the end of the day, bro. And these people, these rappers, they're celebrities, they're rich. They can't be out here crashing out like that. Otherwise, they're going to be locked up with a life sentence. You know what I'm saying? or dead in jail. That's what it comes with, you know. So that it always comes down to the individual person to not be easily influenced. But you got to look at, man, where did this even start though, bro? You know what I'm saying? We can't be blaming niggas like NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah, because
we
he
can't
ain't
be blaming
started
these
this
rappers.
shit. Just like I said, I went all the way back to NWA to the start of the gangster shit. Like I went all the way back, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't started with NBA YoungBoy, bro. They been doing this shit.
Now, after a certain point, yeah, nigga, you can grow the fuck up for sure. I agree with that. But how did this culture to where niggas is even able to create this type of music? Because it ain't like the record label is. I mean, they might be telling them to create this type of music, right? But niggas created this type of music on their own. So, but how did black people even get into this situation in the first place? It always goes back to slavery and the end of segregation. It all goes back into that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get left with no resources, no reparations. Every other race,
I like what he's saying, bro, because like he young. I know he way younger than me, but what he's saying is before we had segregation, before it was segregation, we we took care of each other. Our people, we were together. Then when after the segregation shit happened, that's when we started trying to shine on each other in front of another set of people, and I think that's what was the downfall.
The group that was done wrong, they got in return, but black people didn't. You know, so that's why if you want to stereotype type of black person, oh, they live in the hood, this, that, and the third, which it may be true. It probably is true. I'm not saying it's not true, but you got to look at as to why that is, bro. You know what I'm saying? We need to understand, bro, that, okay, when we see these niggas like YoungBoy, Lil Durks, they the biggest rappers, the biggest artists, and their music promotes this. Who's giving them that money? What industry are they? Who really runs that industry? It's the white folks. It's another form, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think you could necessarily just blame that rapper. After a certain point, yeah, nigga, you can grow up.
It's a good one, bro. I ain't gonna lie. TYP
Cam,
bro, y'all gotta check that boy out.
By the folks. Shit. You know what I'm saying? And the folks run everything. They got control of it all. So they control the narratives. They control the algorithms. They control the platforms. So I don't necessarily think you could put that blame on that specific person unless they're doing the extreme to detriment the people with their music, with their whatever they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll get it y'all the next one. And I'm gonna see about Peter now. This shit is in me and ain't not.
Hey, y'all check that boy. Hey, I've been following Lil Buddy for a long time. I'm like, oh, that's my partner. And man, he's got long hair, like. Nah, I ain't gonna even do that. I ain't gonna do that. Let me see. Oh yeah, we might wanna react to this, but I don't know. I ain't even asked him could I react to it yet, but let's just see what we got going on. For this time, I'm trying to do one more to the end.
When we set out to make bank with mega bowls, we didn't tread lightly. We jam-packed them full of
Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? What's happening? What's happening?
On the last episode, we were informed by former LAPD detective Greg Kading that WAC 100 was lying, and he had absolutely nothing to do with helping Shaquille O'Neal, Mark Stevens, or any of the 7 Main Street Crips that allegedly kidnapped and robbed Robert, aka Stutterbox. He informed us that everything WAC said in regards to the role he played in that particular case was absolute BS. That's just one of the many lies that Wax told concerning this case. The next lie came a few months back, WAC 100, accompanied by former Compton police officer Reggie Wright Jr. and former LAPD detective Greg Kading took to the social media platform Clubhouse in an attempt to clear WAC of the CS2 back allegations. When WAC introduced Detective Kading to his listeners, he introduced him as the lead investigator on the Stutterbox and Main Street case. Here's a small clip of that audio.
We got Reggie Wright, top right. Reggie Wright contacted Greg Kadings. Greg Kadings was the lead investigator on that case. Greg Kadings was the lead investigator on that case.
As you just heard, WAC's plan was to deceive the listeners into believing that Greg Kading was the lead detective in the case. Because after all, if he is the lead investigator, then he would know exactly who CS2 back is and exactly who CS2 back is not. Let me show a small example of WAC's plan being played out.
Josh Jones, we don't usually use monikers under those circumstances, like WAC or WAC 100.
Okay, so this is the lead detective in the investigation. Did you guys hear 600 lie to the people also? Ask yourself, why is he going out of his way to lie like this? Either 600 is really this ditzy and game goofy, or he the police too. He has absolutely no idea how bad he makes the 60s look every day. So Greg, let me ask you, because the people want to know. When WAC brought you on Clubhouse, he introduced you as the lead investigator on the Stutterbox case. Is that true? Were you the lead investigator in that case?
No, that's not true. No, that's not true.
You guys just heard it. He just let us know that WAC lied again. Greg just said, no, that's not true. The thing is, Greg knew it wasn't true when WAC said it. So ask yourselves, why did he allow WAC to tell that story? Why was he willing to let the listener believe that he was the lead investigator in that case? The answer is quite simple. It's because WAC is a protected confidential source.
Here's how that went. The guys that worked down in 77th Division, merely a couple of investigators, a guy named Christian and a guy named Mark, they wanted to do a Main Street Crip case. And when they were doing their Main Street Crip case, obviously, we're already dealing with Fox on an unrelated thing, but now Fox is wrapped up in this whole dilemma with Bell Dog and, all the shit that he had going on with those guys. So, we were dealing with Fox entirely on a separate level, or I'm sorry, for a separate thing. And they said, hey, we want to do this kind of larger federal type of case on Main Street. Can you help us? They're asking me, Greg, can you help us get this over to the federal level and to do an investigation on the federal level? Because, you know, some of these guys don't have that experience to know how to go from a local investigation to a broader federal investigation. So they came to me and said, Greg, can you help us? I said, yeah, absolutely. You guys think you got a good case here? Let's do it. So I helped them initiate the case. I helped them get up on a wiretap and, you know, kind of helped oversee it. They were really the leads on it. They had the intel. They knew who the players were. They knew what the history was. And I became aware of it. I started to realize, you know, what Box had to do with Shaq and what Box had to do with Del Dog and all of that. So that was it. I wasn't like the mate. I was one of the guys that was directly involved, but more of like an overseer as opposed to.
You know what? One thing I picked up with all this.
Put the strength of Amazon behind your business.
Well, one thing I mixed up with all
the boots on the ground kind of guy.
There you have it. Wack not only lied and deceived the people about helping to free Shaq and 7 Main Street Crips, he also lied about Greg Kading being the lead investigator on the case. We can't forget to throw 600 in that pot also. To protect the lives of his handler, he went above and beyond the call of duty to deceive his listeners as well. He even went as far as demanding Duzems, Brick Baby, and Spider Loke to apologize to Wack for calling him back.
Man, Wack on paperwork. Nigga, we got the paperwork. Nigga, his name is back. Right.
600 need to be careful because these fights that he be fighting, man, it look like he throwing the fights. You might be careful.
And I heard multiple people say this. You know what I'm saying? Spider Loke said it on record. Brick Baby said it on record. And Dude Deuce, yeah, he said it on record. They all said it on record. Talking about my boy's a rat, what to do, right? So I'm like, okay, which I already knew he wasn't, because nobody never showed no paperwork. Y'all was painting some type of narrative that Wack was a rat. So what y'all do is, since y'all went out your way on a public platform to try to salt this man's name, y'all owe that man an apology, and that apology is gonna clear your name in the streets. His name already cleared.
Before I end part 2 of this video, I want to read a small excerpt from Greg Kading's book, Murder Rap. I'll be reading from chapter 20 entitled Stutterbox, and it reads, the fact was, the closer we looked at Cash Jones, the more it became apparent that he was supporting his comfortable lifestyle by simple hard work.
Good. I got
when he wasn't on long-haul trips.
I'm smoking on a little BLK right now, but I'm smoking on that good.
He was running a number of small but completely legitimate sidelines, including distributing a men's magazine called Straight Stuntin'. It might have been sleazy, but it wasn't illegal. And as time went on, we gained increasing respect for the truck driver's entrepreneurial spirit. Now, I don't know about you guys, but never in my life have I ever heard a homicide detective speak so highly of a Pyru. Think about all the lies Wack has told. Think about all the problems he starts. Think about every disgusting thing you've seen him do or heard him say. Then ask yourself, how is it possible for a homicide detective to gain respect for a guy like that? The fact that Greg will come on Clubhouse for Wack to help him deceive the listener is more than enough to raise suspicion. If that isn't enough, though, this small part of Greg Kading's book should be a nail in the coffin. Have you ever heard Greg Kading speak that highly about Marion Knight's entrepreneurial spirit? Next time on part 3, Greg is going to give us a little more insight about CS2 back and who Mark Stevens and Del Dog were talking about on the wiretap transcripts. Please stay tuned for that. And if you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell to receive notifications in the future.
Back is a name.
Oh, nah, I like
So you
it.
might
I
get one
like
of these,
this.
it might not work in your area. Click the water check below to find out if it will.
Those who answer the call of the vagabond know that the best stories aren't about where you.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. First off, I apologize for the delay in bringing you new content. I've taken some time to reflect deeply on the direction of this platform, especially after what CS2 Back recently did, invoking Baby Gangsta's name out of the blue, and then suddenly dragging Bry Dog into the narrative. It made me pause and think, how do the exposers always seem to have more fuel for the fire? It's as if the game never ends. This constant cat-mouse cycle, where they tarnish the name of another black man. And we, in turn, are left to dissect, explain, and defend. But the truth is, we've already done that. For years, we've exposed how these individuals operate. We've laid bare the tactics, the misdirection, the agendas, and it's clear by now that many people see it for what it is.
You enslave your child, your wife, your mother. There isn't anything that you ever had. There isn't anything that you own. There isn't any right that you possess that they're not planning on taking away. Your sheeple and your children are going to be slaughtered. If you go along with the program, it's time to wake the town and tell the sheeple, we're being led like sheep to the slaughter. We're being led like sheep to the slaughter.
2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and the 10th verse. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Right here it says God's people are being led as a flock to the slaughter. And let's be clear, God's people are the Israelites. It also says he will no longer allow them to dwell in the land of Egypt. But this Egypt isn't referring to the ancient land across the Atlantic. This Egypt is symbolic. It's spiritual Egypt. And it's talking about America. We're living in it right now. And in the coming videos, I'm going to show you exactly how we know that, with scripture, history, and undeniable evidence. After watching Wack's recent moves, something clicked for me. His handlers have done an exceptional job of distracting us, of pulling our attention away from the real issue. That's where CS2 Back comes in. His role isn't just to humiliate or criminalize black men. It's also to keep our eyes on him and away from what's happening behind the curtain. He's the decoy. And I admit, I fell into that trap. I took the bait. But not anymore. From here on out, we're shifting gears. We're no longer playing into the distractions. The individuals they prop up are just pawns in a much larger game. It's time we focus on the architects, the ones behind the scenes orchestrating this narrative. Because make no mistake, we are being led into something major, something no one is talking about.
You want to enslave your child, your wife, your mother. There isn't anything that you ever had. There isn't anything that you own. There isn't any right that you possess that they're not planning on taking away. Your sheeple and your children are going to be slaughtered. If you go along with the program, it's time to wake the town and tell the sheeple, we're being led like sheep to the slaughter. We're being led like sheep to the slaughter.
2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and the 10th verse. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Right here it says God's people are being led as a flock to the slaughter. And let's be clear, God's people are the Israelites. It also says he will no longer allow them to dwell in the land of Egypt. But this Egypt isn't referring to the ancient land across the Atlantic. This Egypt is symbolic. It's spiritual Egypt. And it's talking about America. We're living in it right now. And in the coming videos, I'm going to show you exactly how we know that, with scripture, history, and undeniable. And that's where our attention needs to be. So from this point forward, I'm not letting it happen anymore. I'm not going to sit back and allow these distractions to keep you from the truth. I'm making it a priority to keep you informed. I've launched a Patreon and a Rumble channel, both of which you'll find linked in the description. I'm still learning how to navigate these platforms, but the reason I started them is because the information I'm about to share with you can't live on YouTube. It's just not possible. YouTube is too heavily controlled. The people behind it make sure that anything truly eye-opening gets buried. Let me break it down for you. A channel might have 5 million subscribers, but that doesn't mean the views will reflect that. Why? Because on YouTube, views are determined by one thing: impressions. An impression is how many times YouTube shows your video to an audience. So when you see a video with low views, it's not because the content isn't good. It's because YouTube chose not to show it. Take a look at my videos with Reggie and Simon, for example. They were getting 30,000 to 40,000 views because YouTube was giving them over 200,000 impressions. But once the strike started, once Reggie began flagging my content, you can see that the newer videos aren't getting shown as much at all. That's not a coincidence. That's part of the system. These guys aren't just YouTubers. They're gatekeepers. Their job is to flag, report, and suppress content that carries a real message. And when you start exposing what's really going on, or when you start calling out the true power structures, they'll come for your channel. Not just Reggie and his crew, but the very people who control the platform itself.
Hey y'all, Adam Sandoval here. I ride motorcycles around the country, often right alongside my friends, the Law Tigers, but they're not just out there.
So I'm taking this content elsewhere, to platforms where they can't suppress the message so easily. We're going to dig into all of this, piece by piece, because it's deep, it's complex. But I promise you, I'm not going to let...
Hey, I can me on the Karma Cafe. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, definitely hit notification. Peace and one, man.